あれ、カメラが、あれ全然カメラがおかしい。あれなんでカメラがつかない。ちょっと待って、カメラがつかない。なんでだ待って、カメラつかない。なんでわかりましたってば。なんだろう、カメラ。だって、ちょっと待って。カメラつかないんだけど、なんでちょっと待って。どうしよう。カメラがつかない。使ってないよな。なんでだろう。カメラがつかない。ちょっと待って、ダメだ。どうしよう、カメラがつかない。AT ソフト入れてるとカメラつかないって。いや。ちょっと、昨日のウイルス問題もあって、セキュリティ強くしたからカメラ使えなくなっちゃった。ダメだ、カメラ使えん。まあいいや。とりあえず、読む系からやるか。一応。よし。 I was born in New York City I was born in New York City and grew up in an apartment building there. My family with Irish roots lived on the top floor. People of German, Italian, and Puerto Rican backgrounds lived on different floors. When I climbed the stairs to our apartment, I often ran into people on the other floors. They said hi to me and sometimes offered me tea and sweets. I liked my neighbors and had nice chats with them. I gradually got interested in foreign cultures. Each apartment had an emergency exit. When I felt sad, I would slow it and sat on the emergency stairs for a while. For me, the exit was like the hatch of submarine. Outside, I often felt like I was in another world, a world of imagination. When I was 14, I lived in France with my family. During our stay there, one of my French neighbors, a nice old lady, often made French snacks for me. One day, she served me a dish made with raw onions. Oh no! I thought. I hated uncooked onions. My family, like some other Irish families, seldom ate, some, ate such onions. However, when I told her so, she said, "Really? Obviously, you've never eaten a delicious uncooked onion dish. In fact, the onion snack was very delicious." The French lady taught me a lesson. Don't say you dislike something when you haven't even tried it. Now I always say to myself, never refuse to try something new. You might like it. You'll never know till you give it a try. After I returned to the US, I went to college and became interested in Japanese movies, music, and fashion. My interest in Japanese culture grew a lot, and I decided to study Japanese art. Once I asked one of my teachers, I like this picture. How can I do some research on it? Research on it か。Research ってさ、自分にわかりにくい発音なんだよね。Researcher って、Researcher って言わないから。わかりにくい。He said, if you really want to study Japanese art seriously, you should study Japanese and Japanese culture. Without knowing what he meant, I followed his advice. Now I understand his message. Some knowledge of the language, history, and culture of our country is understudied without reading the tale of Genji. For me, the French and Japanese languages were hatches or doors to new worlds. They opened up many interesting and exciting opportunities. Thanks to those hatches, I was able to meet wonderful people, have new experiences, and learn different ways of seeing things. In the end, those hatches allowed me to become a researcher of Japanese literature. ちょっと単語の意味がよくわかってないので調べようかな。まず、アイリッシュルーツ。どういうことアイリッシュルーツって。アイルランド系ってことなんだ。アイリッシュルーツって。ちょっとメモろ。アイリッシュルーツ。アイルランド系。ルーツってルーツだから。ルーツって、ルーツじゃない。ルーツっ て、そうだよね。だから、アイルランドを起源とする、アイルランドが故郷ってことなんだよね、要は。これ共有できてる？待って、これできてる？これ共有できてんのか？もういいや。アイリッシュルーツ。アイリッシュルーツ。アイリッシュルーツね。次、ピュートネーション。ピュートネーション。プエルトリコ。プエルトリコなんだね。プエルトリコ？ああ、そういう地区があるのね。プエルトリコっていう。プエルトリコっていう地区があるのか。ピュエルトリコ。ちょっと待って、発音確認できるとこ。発音確認。Puerto Rican.へえ。Puerto Rican。チャッツ、意味。どうしたんだよな。雑談おしゃべり。チャット。 とは何し名詞だよ。雑談おしゃべり。gradually 徐々に次第に興味を持っていきました。徐々に福祉フェルトさん。こっちか。共有されてるよな。3とこれないのが違う気がするんだよな。ここはちょっとディープル先生の出番。ディープル先生の出番だ。話ある？いや、なんかいっぱいある。
塩。
は？嘆かわしい、あれげ、すご。は？だから、あれ、企業に対するアクセス権がありません。あれ？非公開にしてないはず。いいんだよな。だって見れるよな。あ、できてる。そっか、できてんのか。ちょっとよくわかんないな。こっちの主催側から見れなくて視聴者側から見れるのか。なんかやだな、それ。まあいいんだけど、なんかやだな。とりあえずやるか。 Felt Sunday。ちょっと待って。これエマージェンシーキット。だから避難用の話なんだけど。ちょっと一回かけてみるか。So I went through it. You went through it. The emergency stairs. そうだね。悲しくなった時だよな、それはな。悲しくなった時。いや、絶対違うんだよ。悲しくなった時じゃない。危険を感じた時だと思うんだよな。いや、ちょっとここ飛ばす。serve。serve って使える方法。振る舞うかな。だとしたら。食事を出すって書いてある。食事を出す。動詞。サーブって動詞。自動はなに自動詞だ。で、次が、アイリッシュファミリーだから、アイルランドの家族。来いよ。obviously。明らかに。福祉。グラスプとアドベンチャラスだな、あとは。グラスプ。掴むか。to grasp, 噛むな。to grasp your chance だから、チャンスを掴むってことだから、チャンスを掴むってことなんだろうけど。掴むってことなのグラスプ。何同士グラスプ。グラスプエニーチャンス。これは多動詞なの。グラスプは多動詞。アドベンチャラス。 大胆な。大胆な。Be curious and adventurous. だから、好奇心を持って大胆であれと。そういうことか。形容詞、うん。こっちのオスカー・ワイルドの方も調べちゃおうかな。オスカー・ワイルド。オスカー・ワイルドってこれっす。オスカー・ワイルド。オスカー・ワイルドの本も意味調べするらしいんで、ちょっと読みながら意味調べやっておこうかな。Every afternoon, as they were coming from school, the children used to go and play in their giant's garden. It was a large, lovely garden with soft green grass. Here and there over the grass stood beautiful flowers like stars, and there were 12 peach trees that in the springtime bloomed into delicate blossoms. Delicate blossoms? どういうこと？デリケート。デリケート、デリケートってよく言うけど、優美な、上品な、綺麗な、優雅な。ああ、なるほど。優雅な桜ってことね。delicate。ちょっと発音。delicate か。delicate blossoms of pink and pearl, and in the autumn bore rich fruits. The birds sat on the trees and sang so sweetly that the children used to stop their games in order to listen to them. How happy we are here! They cried to each other. One day, the giant came back. He had been to visit his friend, the Cornish ogre. オーガってどう発音すんだ？虚グレ。海オーガもオーガ入ってるけど、よくわかんない発音が。で、オーガポンはオーガーだしな。ちょっと発音。あ、違う。何？オーガ。ちょっと待って、オーガ。オーガ発音がわからん。オーガ。発音。びっくりした。オーガ。ogre, ogre でいいのか。One day, the giant came back. He had been to visit his friend, the Cornish ogre, and had stayed with him for 7 years. After the 7 years were over, だから何年が過ぎたのね。He had said all that he had to say, for his conversation was limited, and he decided to return to his own castle. When he arrived, he saw the children playing in the garden. どういうこと？なんかないっす。 For his conversation was limited, and he decided to return to his own castle. When he arrived, he saw the children playing in the garden. "What are you doing here?" he cried in a very scary voice, and the children ran away. "My own garden is my own garden," said the giant. Said the giant. "Anyone can understand that, and I will allow nobody to play in it but myself." So he built a high wall all around that, and put up a notice board. He was a very selfish giant. The poor children now had nowhere to play. They tried to play on the road, but the road was very dusty and full of hard stones, and they did not like it. They used to wander around the high wall when their lessons were over, and talk about the beautiful garden inside. How happy we were there. Okay. They said to each other. Then the spring came, and all over the country there were little blossoms and little birds. 見れてるみたいだね。Only in the garden of the selfish giant it was still winter. The birds didn't want to sing in it, and there were no children, and the trees forget to blossom. Once a beautiful flower put its head out from the grass, but when it saw the notice board, it was so sorry for the children that it slipped back into the ground again, and went off to sleep. The only people who were pleased were the snow and the forest. "Spring has forgotten this garden," they said. "So we will live here all the year round." The snow covered up the grass with her great white overcoat, and the frost painted all the trees silver. Then they invited the north wind to stay with them, and he came. He was wrapped in furs, and he roared all day about the garden, and blew up the chimney pots. Chimney pots? Chimney pots. Chimney pots. Chimney pots down. This is a delightful. Delightful. This is a delightful place. すごい楽しい場所ってことか。He said, "We must ask the hare to visit." So the hare came. Every day for 3 hours he rattled on the roof of the castle until he broke most of the tiles, and then he ran around the garden as fast as he could go. He was dressed in grey, and his breath was like ice. I cannot I cannot understand why the spring is so late in coming, said the selfish giant. だから北風のやつが来たせいで、冬が来るのが遅いのか。なるほどね。As he sat at the window and looked out at his cold white garden, I hope there will be a change in the weather. But the spring never came, or the summer. マジすごい。The autumn gave golden fruit to every garden, but to the giant's garden she gave none. 北風がずっといるから来ないんだ。He is too selfish. てか、セルフィッシュってどういう意味だ、そもそも。セルフは、セルフサービスとかよく聞くけど。セルフィッシュ。わがまま。わがままな巨人。やっと理解できた。She said, so it was always winter there, and the north wind, and the hail. ヘイルって確かあられ、違うっけ？なんかポケモンのあられもヘイルだったような。そう、あられだよね。And the hail, and the frost, and the snow danced about through the trees. One morning, the giant was lying awake in bed when he heard some lovely music. It sounded so sweet to his ears that he thought it must be the king musicians passing by. Let's see. Okay. One morning the giant was lying awake in bed when he heard some lovely music. It sounded so sweet to his ears. なんでカズって言うんだ、さっき。That he thought it must be the king musician passing by. It was really only a little linnet. ちょっと待って、リネット。胸赤ひはどういうこと？ Linnet. どういうこと？胸赤ひは胸赤ひはって、そういう鳥か。ちょっとさっきのとちゃった。これブリよ。よいしょ。It was really only a little linnet singing outside his window, but it was so long since he had heard a bird sing in his garden that it seems to him to be the most beautiful music in the world. Then the hail stopped dancing over his head, and the north wind stopped roaring. Rolling moon. ロアリングムーンっていうのが、轟く月の英語名なんですけど、ロアって吠えるって意味なんだよ、確か。ちょっとよく覚えてないから一応調べる。吠える、轟音を発する、うなる、鳴り響く大きな音を立ててわめく、泣きわめく、笑いどよめく、なんとかに怒鳴る叫ぶ。rolling. 何ですか？画面映ってない？マジで？ ちょっと待ってよ、マジで。It was rolling, and the delicious perfume came to him through the open window. I believe the spring has come at last, said the giant, and he jumped out of bed and looked out. What did he see? He saw a most wonderful sight. Through a little hole in the wall the children had crept in. クレプトイン。クレプト。あ、間違えた。クリープの過去形。クリープってな。ハウ。クリープ。クリーピーナッツのクリープ。ラバー、ハッピー歩く。クレプト。だから、要は、jumped out of bed and looked out. What did he see? He saw a most wonderful sight. Through a little hole in the wall, the children had crept in. 子供たちが張ってたんだ。And they were sitting in the branches of the trees. 枝の上に座っていたと。In every tree that he could see, there was a little child, and the trees were so glad to have the children back again that they had covered themselves with blossoms, and were waving their arms gently above the children's heads. The birds were flying about and twittering. ツイッター出てきた。ツイッター出てきたよ。ツイッターが出てきた。つぶやく。Flying about and twittering with the light, and the flowers were looking up through the green grass and lowing. It was a lovely scene. Only in one corner it was still winter. It was the farthest, farthest corner of the garden. Farthest. And in it was standing a little boy. He was so small that he could not reach up to the branches of the tree, and was waddling all along it, crying bitterly. The poor tree was still quite covered with frost and snow, and the north wind was blowing and rolling about above it. Climb up, little boy, said the tree, and it bent its branches down as low as it could, but the boy was too tiny. Tiny. Okay, 背がちっちゃかったんだ。And the giant's heart melted as he looked out. How selfish I have been, he said. Now I know why the spring did not come here. I will put a poor little boy on top of the tree, and then I will knock down the wall, and my garden shall be the children's playground forever and ever. He was very, very sorry for what he had done. Darn. それを思ったことがとても申し訳なかった。はい。 So he crept downstairs and opened the front door quite softly, and went out into the garden. But when the children saw him, they were so frightened that they all ran away. それね、怖いよね。Wait. And the garden became winter again. あらま、また冬来ちゃった。Only the little boy did not learn, for his eyes were so full of tears that he did not see the giant coming. The giant crept up behind him and took him gently in his hand. Okay, 青いの映ってる。ちょっと待って。And put him up into the tree. And the tree blossomed at once. The birds came and sang on it. And the little boy stretched out his 2 arms to the giant's big face and kissed him. And the other children, when they saw that the giant was not wicked any longer, came running back, and with them came the spring. It is your garden now, little children, said the giant. And he took a great axe, great axe, and knocked down the wall. And when the people were going to the market at 12 o'clock, they found the giant playing with the children in the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. All day long they played, and in the evening they came to say goodbye to the giant. But where is your little friend? He said. The boy I put into the tree. The giant loved him the best because he had kissed him. goodbye to giant. We don't know, answered the children. He has gone away. You must tell him to be sure and come here tomorrow, said the giant. But the children said that they did not know where he lived, and had never seen him before. And the giant felt very sad. Every afternoon, when school was over, the children came and played with the giant. But the little boy whom the giant loved was never seen again. The giant was very kind to all the children, yet he longed for his first little friend, and often spoke of him. How I would like to see him, he used to say. ここから年数経つか。Years went past, and the giant grew old and weak. He could not play ever anymore, so he sat in a foolish armchair and watched the children playing their games, and admired his garden. I have so many beautiful flowers, he said. But the children are the most beautiful flowers of all. One winter morning, he looked out of his window as he was dressing. He did not hate the winter now, for he knew that it was just the spring asleep, and that the flowers were resting. Suddenly he rubbed his eyes in wonder, and looked. It suddenly was a marvelous sight. In the furthest corner of the garden was a tree quite covered with lovely white blossoms. Its branches were all golden, and silver fruits hung down from them. すごい。白銀の果実。And underneath, underneath. 。 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 underneath. ニス。なんとかの下に。underneath だから、その木の下にこの、今映ってる。この絵の通りか。Downstairs ran a giant in great joy, and out into the garden. He hurried across the grass, and came near to the child. When he was quite close, his face grew red with anger, and he said, "Who in the world has wounded you?" For on the palms of the little boy's hands were the marks of 2 nails, and marks of 2 nails were on his little feet too. "Who in the world has wounded you?" cried the giant. "Tell me, and I will take my big sword and kill him." "No," answered the child. These are the warns. ちょっと発音がわからん。傷か。These are the warns of love. え傷気が痛で損傷する感情を害すること侮辱。愛による傷ってこと？すごいことやな。Who are you? said the giant, and he felt a strange awesome っていうから、そうか、awesome. And he felt a strange awe, and he knelt before the little boy, and the child smiled at the giant, and said to him, "You let me play once in your garden. Today you shall come with me to my garden, which is paradise." And when the children ran into the garden that afternoon, they found the giant lying dead under the tree, all covered with white blossoms. なるほどね。だから、この白銀の黄金の木の下にいた子が死神というか天使というかそんな感じで、巨人を、いざなってあげたわけだ。なるほどね。理解しましたと。でもあんまり理解できてないな。言って。とりあえず問題とこ。とりあえず、どんなの追加するかわかんないけど、とりあえずカメラは映るみたいだから映しとく。とりあえず問題を解きます。was very old. Crept in. カメラ映ってんのかな？ 映ってるかな。he put the boy up into the birds and the flowers in the garden wereよし。ガーデン。ちょっとこっちだな。The was found dead. The boy who kissed the giant didn't come again until the giant wasちょっと待って。物語を110年で予約します。Kissed. The giant became playing to playground. 今選んでるのが E, B, N, O, K, C, D, H, G で残る空欄が1、2、3、3個か。あ、違う、F も消すとね。で、the trees, the birds and the flowers in the garden were little一回行きます。The fruit in the garden was so sweet. The children after season. I found the children playing in the garden after an absence of 7 years. The spring didn't enter the garden because the winter was. ということは、winter has been strong ってそんなことはない。違う。Every living thing in the garden looked happy to be with the children. ちなみに余談なんですけど、このザ・ハッピープリンスってやつ、クオンで一回やったことあるんで、これ真剣ゼミで見たことあるじゃないですけど、やったことあるやつなんで、ここは意外とすぐ終わんのかなと思ったりする。そんなことより今は、わがままな巨人をね、ちょっとやっていこうと思いますよ。待って、切れちゃった。切れちゃった。これはヘイルって氷のことなんだ。あられじゃなくて。The snow covered up the grass with her great white overcoat, and the frost painted all the trees silver. だから擬人法を用いずにこの文を説明しろってことでしょ？要は。Great white overcoat. ちょっとオーバーコートってどういう意味だ？オーバーコート。防塵っぽく意味か。オーバーコート意味。重い衣服のこと。だからコートってことだよな。庭の草を雪で覆う。庭の草が庭の草をすべて覆った。 あれじゃない。下。木を銀色にその霜で塗ったってことは、木がすべて覆われたって、木をすべて覆ったってことでしょ。全部抽象的。北風。He was wrapped in furs, and he learned all day about the garden. 煙突吹き飛ばした。庭の様子ではないで。Wrapped in furs. Furs ってどういうこと？毛皮ね。彼は北風は毛皮で覆われていたわけだ。この絵的には毛皮で覆われていて、で、彼は吠えた。一日中吹いて煙突を吹き飛ばした。あられ。Every day for 3 hours he lettered on the roof of the castle until he broke most the tiles. And then he learned of the garden as fast as he could. 屋根を覆った。子供たちがどのようにして入ったか。小さい穴を張って入った。これ何曲的って読むんだ？女に腕って書いて、ちょっとよく読めません。押したよ。そう、これ。曲的。どういう意味も、婉曲的。表現が遠回しであるさ。遠回しに言ってるのを、遠回しの表現を、8語で抜き出しなさい。 後から飛ばす。6ページの5は飛ばします。6ページ6行目の How happy we were there と4ページ9行目の How happy we were here の2つの文について、これらの表現は文章にどのような効果を与えていると考えるのか、じっくりと比較し自分の考えを自由に述べなさい。自由に述べなさい。そういうの好きよ。最初の How happy we are here は庭で遊べててすごい幸せだってことを言ってて、ね、後者があそこの庭で遊べたら幸せだなっていう、遊べたらいいのになっていう、ある意味家庭系か。ある意味家庭系なんだよね。それのここはもう簡潔にっていうか単純に、なんか子供たちが自由に遊んでいた場所が、とりあえずこれで。どうしよう。とりあえず、今何時間ぐらい ?1 時間14分か。どうしよう。とりあえず、ちょっくら休憩入れますか。ちょっくら休憩入れまして、ちょっくら個人的に休憩入れます。9時55分。よし、ちょっと待って。よし、ちょっと休憩します。 よし。再開。青茶をやる。これ教科書だ。青茶の続きだ。ああ。ちょっと18、例題18が全然わからない。A2 で求めているのとめて。ああ。結構あれだな、こうになってきた。B 以上 C と BC 以上だから。ここから、ちょっとどうだっけ。B プラス C の2乗。A プラス。わかんなくなってきた。ダメだ、基本例題がガバガバすぎる。ここ 終わってないじゃん。1だからか。x プラスマイナスどっちだっけ？ x プラス x マイナス2yプラス3。まず 3x 乗プラスで x を黒いんだよ。x 7y マイナス 5x プラス 2y 乗マイナス 5y プラス2。2y 乗。だからまず 2y 乗。2y 乗マイナス 5y プラス2を因数分解すればいいんだね。要は。1、2じゃない。2、1。マイナス、マイナス。マイナス1、マイナス4、マイナス5。だから、y マイナス1と、y マイナス1、2y マイナスy マイナスで、こっからだ。1、3、y マイナス1、2y マイナス1か。いやー、やっぱり慣れない。ちゃんと基礎理解しないとこれやばいな。やばい。当たり前か。基礎理解しないとやばいな。ちょっと待って、まただ。放置してるとこうなっちゃう。よし、因数分解。待って。なんか成立してない。ちょっと待って、もう一回例題。マイナスだよね。逆か。 y マイナス2、7y マイナス5。あ、横か。なんか斜めでやったらずっと。横か。で、2y マイナス1となるわけだ。だから、x プラス 2y マイナス1。3x プラス y マイナス2。x プラス 2y マイナス1。3x プラス y マイナス2。オッケーオッケーオッケー。ちょっともう一回自分の力でやる。わかんなくなるから、もう一回ちょっと展開し、いや、b プラス c。で、円上 A、BC できてるから、これ因数分解。なるほどね。A プラス B プラス C。A、B、C プラス B、C。A プラス B プラス C。A、B プラス B、C プラス B、C。3乗がある。3乗だから、一回展開。AB で BC。2乗引く2だから、 17。変なこと考えちゃダメだね。っていうの。マイナス。そこ確かにそうよな。で、これ因数分解ができる。まただ、放置してるとこうなっちゃう。待って、今何分？ちょっと待って、今何分？いいんだよね、11時10分。そろそろか。じゃあ、基本18？例題18までかな。そっから、そこまでだ。1-4で。 ダメだ。実数。これラチ開かない。先進んでよ。どうしよう。じゃあ、早めだけれども、午前の部、これで終わりにしようかと思います。午後の部もまた同じく1時からやるんで、そっちも見てくれると嬉しいです。はい。じゃあ、これで配信ちょっと終わります。別にこれ見て勉強してたって人は全然勉強してて構わないんで、ちょっと一回配信を閉じます。はい、ありがとうございました。また午後も見てください。